Okay, today we are going to consider about a concept called to be significant figures. What is meant by significant figures? What do you mean by this significant figures? Abdina? When you are defining this, we can say that the number of meaningful digits in a number. The number of meaningful digits in a number. What do you mean by this? Number of meaningful digits in a number is called to be significant figure. Is called to be significant figure or significant figures. What do you mean by this? So let us do one thing. What I am going to do is I will be giving some examples and then I will be stating some rules. For example, or first of all, I am considering an rule. In order to get the number of meaningful digits in a number, what I am going to do is I am going to frame some rules. What are that rules? Number one, the first rule is all non-zero numbers are significant. What are considered to be all non-zero numbers? Significant. See, all non-zero numbers means numbers ranging from 1 to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All these 9 numbers are significant. Then zeros are not significant. Whether zeros are not significant in all numbers, let us see. See, all non-zero numbers are significant. Let us write an example. I am writing 5, 9, 8, 2. So 5 is a significant number, non-zero number, 9, 8, 2. So the number of meaningful digits in this number is 4. So this number is having 4 significant digits. Hope you should have understood this. Then what is the second point? The second point is whether all zeros are not significant in all cases. It is not like that. When you are considering the zeros, sometimes the zeros are considered to be significant. When that zeros are considered to be significant, we are going to see in this rule. So rule number 2. All zeros, okay, all zeros between 2 non-zero digits, between 2 non-zero digits are considered to be significant. They are taken to be significant. What is the meaning of this? You are having a number. Let us write a number. 4, 0, 0, 2, 5. I have written a number. You see the rule. All the zeros between the 2 non-zero digits. In this number, the 2 non-zero digits are 4 and 2. In between these 2 non-zero numbers, you are having 2 zeros. Then the 2 zeros are considered to be significant. Then how many significant digits are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 significant digits in this given number. So the rule is, if you are having zeros in between 2 non-zero numbers, then the 2 zeros are considered to be significant. This is rule number 2. I will explain later again. Rule number 3. See, what is the rule number 3? All zeros to the right of a non-zero digit, to the right side, to the right of non-zero digit to the right of non-zero digit, but to the left of, but to the left of the decimal point, to the left, to the decimal point, to the left of the decimal point are significant, are considered to be significant. Are you able to understand what I have written? All zeros to the right of the non-zero digit, but to the left of the decimal point are significant. So I am having some zeros to the right of a non-zero digit. I am taking it as 4. So 4 is a non-zero number. To the right of this 4, I am having 3 zeros. So zeros to the right of the non-zero digit. But to the left of the decimal point, if I am having a decimal point here, to the left of the decimal point, I am taking here as 5. So 4000.5. Then all these zeros are considered to be what? All these zeros are considered to be significant. It is not necessary that you have to put this 5. If it is written like this, 4000 with 1 point, then also we can say these 3 zeros are considered to be significant. In the first number, the number of significant digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the second number, the number of digits is 1, 2, 3, 4. These 3 zeros to the left, to the right of the non-zero number and to the left of the decimal point are significant. So how many significant digits here? We will have 4 significant digits. Then let us consider the fourth point. What is the fourth point? The number without a decimal point. Suppose if you are having this number without a decimal point. See the number, the fourth point is the number without a decimal point, without a decimal point, then the trailing zeros, then the trailing or the zeros which are following, the trailing zeros are not significant. Trailing zeros are not significant. What do you mean by this? You see, let us consider a number. Example, let us take this 4000 without a decimal point. Then these 3 digits are considered to be not significant. Of that, the number of significant digits is completely taken to be 1. Whatever may be the number, let us write 2800. Then that there is no decimal point. That these 2 zeros are considered to be the following zeros or the trailing zeros. Then these 2 trailing zeros are considered to be not significant. Then the number of significant digits are taken to be 2. So let us discuss again these three points. That is the point number 3 and point number 4, and then let us go to the next rule. So the rule number 5. We are having some 7 rules. Rule number 5. See, you have to consider a number less than 1. So if a number is less than 1, if a number is less than 1 means how you will be writing it? If a number is less than 1, then you will be writing 0.0000 or something. So 0 point something if you are writing, then the number is said to be a less than 1. So if I am considering a number less than 1, then I can write the zeros to the right of the decimal point. Zeros to the right of the decimal point. Right of the decimal point. And to the left of the first non-zero number. The first non-zero number. The first non-zero number are not significant. Hope you should have understood this. What do you mean by this? See, I will be saying an example, you can able to understand. Let us consider an example like this. What is that example? 0.00245. A number is given. See, this number is less than 1. That is the reason why we are getting 0 point. If it is 1 point, the number will be greater than 1. So if you are considering a number less than 1, then the zeros, you should not consider this 0. The zeros to the right of the decimal point and to the left of the first non-zero number. This in here, in this number, the first non-zero number to the right of decimal point is 2. The zeros to the right, the zeros to the right of the decimal point and to the left of the first non-zero number, you are having 2 zeros. That the 2 zeros are not significant. If the 2 zeros are not significant, then the number of meaningful digits are the number of what? Or the number of this 2, 4, 5. That is the first non-zero number. We are taking it as what? We are taking it as 3. So the number of meaningful digits is taken to be 3. Hope you should have understood. See, if the number is less than 1, then the zeros to the right of the decimal point and to the left of the first non-zero number are considered to be what? Are considered to be not significant. See, rule number 6 is, we are writing like this: all zeros to the right, all zeros to the right of the decimal point. Then you are considering a number with the decimal point, all zeros to the right of the decimal point and to the left of, all zeros to the right of the decimal point and to the left or right, left, or we can say like this, right of non-zero number, to the right of non-zero digits are considered to be non-zero digits or digits is considered to be significant. What do you mean by this significant? See, all zeros to the right of decimal point. I am taking a number like this. If the number is greater than 1, so 40.00, again I am having a 4. So all zeros to the right of the decimal point and also to the right or to the left of the non-zero number. Here these 2 zeros are to the left of the non-zero number. Like this also it may be 40.400. So to the right of the, now after the decimal point you are having a non-zero number and after that you are having zeros. Then the zeros are considered to be significant. So in this number 40.004, you will be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I am writing like this 40.00, then also these 2 zeros are considered to be significant. We will be getting 4. Are you able to understand? This we are considering it as the 6th rule. Then let us go for the rule number 7. See, the number of significant digits, the number of significant digits or number of significant figures does not depend on the system of units, does not depend on the system of units used. What do you mean by this? See, I can write 1 meter. How many number of significant digits? Only 1. This 1 meter can be written in CGS units as 100 centimeter. Then also the number of meaningful digits is 1, because these 2 zeros are trailing zeros. You are having only one non-zero number. So the number of meaningful digit or significant figure is 1. This 100 centimeter can be written as 1000 millimeter. Now I have changed the unit. Then also you can say these 3 trailing zeros are considered to have not significant. So only one significant figure. That is what I have written. See, because of changing the system of units, the number of meaningful digits or the number of significant figures does not change. It will be remaining the same. So these 7 points represents the rules for writing what? The rules for writing the significant figures. So let us consider some of the examples. So get or say the number of meaningful digits. Say the number of meaningful digits. Say the number of meaningful digits. Let us see how we can able to get number 1. I am writing 1342. By this time you should have told by yourself 1342 all are non-zero numbers. So the number of meaningful digits is 4. Then 2. I am writing 2008. So there are 2 zeros in between 2 non-zero numbers. So according to the rule I am writing. So there are 2 zeros between 2 non-zero numbers. So these 2 zeros are significant. So again, the number of meaningful digits or significant numbers is 4. Then number 3. Let us write a number 0.00345. Here I have considered a number which is less than 1. Then I can say the rule. The zeros to the right of the decimal point and to the left of the first non-zero number are not significant. So the number of meaningful digits is 3. Then I am writing a number like this 0.030400. See, the 0 to the right of the decimal point and to the left of the non-zero number is not significant. But this 0 is significant because it is in between 2 non-zero numbers. These 2 zeros are significant because they are trailing after the decimal point. So this 0 alone is not significant. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 significant digits. Hope you should have understood. Then point number 5 or example number 5. I am getting a number 30700. How many number of meaningful digits? You see, there is no decimal point. If there is no decimal point, trailing zeros are not significant. But this 0 in between 2 non-zero numbers. So the number of meaningful digits is 3. Then example number 6. I am writing 30700. How many number of meaningful digits? There is a special case here. See, if I am writing this the 30700, then the number of meaningful digits is only 3. But at the same time, if I am writing 30700 meter, then this is considered to be a measured quantity. So let us consider this as a special case. What is a special case? If unit is given means it is a measured quantity. So I am writing all, this can be taken as a special rule. All zeros are significant. All zeros are significant when, if they come from measurement. If they come from what? If they come from measurement, then it is called to be how many number of meaningful digits in this number. Then since this was being measured value in meters, the number of meaningful digits is 5. Another example I can say, if you are considering 10, the number of meaningful digit is 1. If you are measuring that 10 with the help of a scale, and if you are writing it as either as 10 centimeter or as 10 meter, then we can say I have measured this with the help of a scale. With the help of a scale, I have measured 10 centimeter. With the help of a meter scale, I have measured 10 meters. Then it is significant. In both of these cases, the number of meaningful digits is considered to be what? Number of meaningful digits is considered to be 2. See, have it in mind. You can able to apply the significant digits only to a given number, not to a measured quantity. So don't apply significant figures to measured quantity. The number of digits available is considered to be the significant digits in a measured quantity. It should not be given in a book, but it has been given in your book like this. But it is usually the measured quantities, we are not considering the significant digits. Then one more number, shall I write? One more number means, for example, I am writing it like this, 40.00. So I have given a number in which the two zeros are taken to be what? The two zeros are taken to be trailing. But after the decimal point, so we can say that what? So we can say that we are having four significant figures. Suppose if I am giving a number like this, 3 into 10 to the power of 8. What is the meaning? 3 into 10 to the power of 8 means 3, 1, 0, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zeros. Then these are considered to be trailing zeros. If these are considered to be trailing zeros, then the number of significant figure is considered to be 1. If it is 10 power 8, ellame zeros thane. So we can leave this. But at the same time, this is velocity of light. If I am writing like 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, then the number of meaningful digit is 9. Usually, we should not go for number of meaningful digits in this equation because it is a measured quantity. Are you able to understand? This we are taking it as the significant figures of what? Significant figures in an given number. This is what you can expect a one-word question or a two-mark question by giving some problems to get the answer, or it may be asked for an 5-mark question or a 3-mark question where the rules may be asked with examples. So we are going to study about a concept called to be rounding off. It's a common practice. See, say I will be saying some examples and then I will be going for some of the rules. If I am writing 93.6, usually you will be writing this 93.6 as 94. Rounded off to 2 digits. You are having 3 digits and you are rounding off these 3 digits to 2 digits. So the third number is made to get rounded off. If I am writing like this 93.678, you are asked to round it off to 4 digits. So I am in need of these 4 digits means I have to round it off the last digit, the 5th digit. Then I will be saying it is greater than 5. So I am writing this as 93.68. Suppose I am asking you to round off to 3 digits. If I am asking you to round it off to 3 digits means you have to consider this 7. This 7 is also greater than 5. Then you will be writing 93.7. Suppose this number is like this, 93.648. And I am asking you to round it off to 3 digits. You will be looking at the 4th digit. The 4th digit will be less than 5. If it is less than 5, then you will be writing the answer as 93.6. Hope you are clear, very clear with all these ideas. Because in day-to-day life, we are doing this frequently. See, for writing this also, we are having some rules. Where that rule will get applicable, if you are getting a number like this, 93.15 or 93.150, or you can get 93.151, like this if you are getting. If the rounding off digit is equal to 5, what you will do? Whether you can add or whether you have to leave it out, that we have to see in rounding off. All other rules are what I have given here. Let us see what is the first rule. The first rule, you see, if the digit to be dropped or to be rounded off, to be dropped, here 93.6, I have to drop 6. Here I have to drop 8. Then here I have to drop 4. Now, if the digit to be dropped is smaller than 5, then the digit which is in front of, then the preceding, okay, then the preceding digit should be left unchanged. Am I correct? See, I can say an example. See, same example I will be taking 93.648. So I have to round it off to 3 digits or 1 digit after the decimal point. So I have to drop this 4. If I want to drop this 4 is less than 5. So I am writing this as it is unchanged, 93.6. Then what is the second rule? Again, if the digit to be dropped, if the digit to be dropped is greater than 5, is taken to be greater than 5, what you have to do? Then the preceding digit should be increased by 1. Should be increased by 1. Let us take the same example. 93.678. Say I am going to drop this 8. If I am going to drop this 8, that a dropping element 8 is considered to be greater than 5. So the round off number is 93.68. These are the two known points. See, there won't be any difficulty in understanding these 2 points. What is the third one? Here the problem starts. What if the digit to be dropped, if the digit to be dropped is 5, is equal to 5, what will happen? If it is equal to 5, then we have to see the following number, and followed by a number other than 0, followed by a number which is other than 0, then the preceding digit should be raised by 1, should be raised by 1. Okay, are you able to understand? If the digit to be dropped is 5, the followed by a number other than 0, then the preceding digit should be raised by 1. Let us take this number, that is 93.151 is the example. So here this is the example, here this is the example. You see, the round off digit is considered to be 5. The dropped digit should be 5. Then I have to see the number which is next to 5. Then the number next to 5 is 1. If the number next to 5 is 1, means it is a non-zero number. Then I have to write this as 93.2. Suppose if it is like this, 93.255. Okay, 255. I am rounding off this number. If I am rounding off this number, then it is considered to be greater than, it is followed by a number. If it is followed by a number, then the preceding digit should be increased by 1. Then you will be getting 93.3. Hope you should have understood this third point. Let us go for the point number 4. What is this point number 4? See, the same point. If the digit to be dropped, is 5 and followed by 0, followed by see here we are having a doubt. Here let us consider it as 6. Then because the rule is coming again. If the digit to be dropped is 5 followed by 0 or 5. So I have dropped this. So 0 or 5. Then we have to see dropped is 5 or dropped followed by 0 or 5. Then the preceding digit. Should be increased by 1. Should be increased by 1 if the number is odd. If the number is odd. See, in your book they have given it as 2 rules. I will be writing it as single rule. If the digit to be dropped is 5 or followed by 0 or 5, then the preceding digit should be increased by 1 if the number is odd, and it should be dropped, if the preceding number is even. If the preceding number is even. What do you mean by this? Let us go for an rule. Sorry, let us go for an example. And in your book, they have given this as the fifth rule. Again, writing the same concepts. So I am saying an example. For the fourth one, if the digit followed, dropped this to be 5. So I am writing 93.15 and the number behind this is 5 or 0. Then if it is 5, the dropped digit is considered to be 5 followed by 0. It is a 0 number means it is not a non-zero number. We have to see the previous number or the preceding number. If the preceding number is odd, then you convert it to even. That is 93.2. But at the same time, for this I can say an example. That is, if you are considering it as 93.450, then the rounding off digit or the dropped digit is 5. I have to look at the preceding digit. And if the preceding digit is even, you drop this. No change in that number, 93.4. That is the coming number. If it is 5, the coming number should be even. These are considered to be the rules for writing the rounding off. Any difficulty in studying this? So hope you should have understood this. So let us again recall. I am going to consider now is we are going to study arithmetic operators, operations or operators with the significant figures. With the significant figures. That is, what do you mean by this? See, you are adding 2 or 3 more numbers and getting the answer. How many number of significant figures or how many number of meaningful digits should be available in the answer? For that also we are having some rule. First of all, let us consider 2 concepts. One is addition and another one we are taking it out as subtraction. So in addition and in subtraction, what is the rule? See, I will be considering an example and then I will be saying the rule. In case of addition, I am taking an example. Let us consider a number 3.1 plus 1.780 plus 2.046. I am adding all these numbers. 6, 8 plus 4, 12, 7 plus 1, 8, 8 plus 1, 9. Then 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 1, 6. 6.926. See how I have to round it off. See, in order to round it off, what I have to do is I have to see the data that are being given. In this data, in the first data, after the decimal point, there is only one significant figure. Then after the decimal point in the second number, I am having 3 digits. After the third number also, I have to get the 3 digits. Then you have to get the result with least number of digits that was available in the data. So in the data, the least number of digits after the decimal point is only 1. So I have to get only 1 digit after the decimal point in the result. So if it is only 1 digit means I have to round off this third digit after this. So what is this? This is 2 less than 5. So the result is considered to be approximately 6.9. The same principle you use it in subtraction also. What is the subtraction? 12.637. And you subtract the value 2.42. Come on, subtract. Here you will get 7. 3 minus 2, 1. 6 minus 4, you will get 2. 12 minus 2, you will get 10. 10.217. You just go to the datas. The datas in the datas, the least number of digits after the decimal point is 2. So the result should have also 2 numbers or 2 digits after the decimal point. So I have to round off this. Then what will be the rounding off value? It will be equal to 10.22. Hope you should have understood. Now, what is the rule for this? What is the rule? See, in case of addition or subtraction. So in case of addition or in case of subtraction, the final result should retain the final result should retain as many as decimal places, or as many decimal places as in the smallest number of decimal places. So I have to consider the data given. In that data given, I have to take that number with least number of decimal points, or least number of digits after the decimal point. That should be available in the result also. Similarly, another rule can also be implemented. What is the another rule? Hope you should have understood this. So another rule for multiplication, and we have to go for multiplication and for division. So in case of multiplication and division, what we have to do? Let us see. So let us consider the second rule. In case of what? In case of multiplication and division. Multiplication, product and quotient. So multiplication and division. So let us go for what? Let us go for the example again. I am having two numbers. See example 1.21 multiplied with 36.72 is equal to, what is the value? You are getting the answer as, when I am multiplying, I am getting the answer as 44.4312. So how many number of digits are available? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 plus 2, 6. Now how to round it off? Again, you go to the what? You go to the data. Here what you have to see, the result should contain the data which is having least number of significant figures. We are having two data. One of this data is having the number of meaningful digits or significant digits as 3. Here, this we are having 4. So the answer should get the significant figure which is available less in number in the given data. So in the given data, 3 is what? 3 is the least significant numbers available. So in this, I have to get only 3 digits. Then the 4th digit should be rounded off. The 4th digit is less than what? Less than 5. So I am getting the answer as 44.4. Similarly, in case of division, another example, this is example number 1. If I am going for example number 2, I am getting 36.72 divided by 1.2. The same thing I have divided. You will be getting the answer as 30.6. Here also you apply the same rule. What is that rule? The result should contain the number of digits which is less available, or less number of significant digits in the data. When you are considering the data, the number of significant digits available is here is 2. Here it is 4. The less number is 2. So the answer should contain what? The answer should contain only 2 digits. So it is considered to be 31. So this digit has to be rounded off. When I am considering this digit is greater than 5. So I am rounding off to 31. Any difficulty? So this we are considering it as in case of multiplication and division. So let us write the rule. What is the rule here? So let us consider the rule like this. The final result, that is, we have to join this. In case of multiplication and division, I am writing, see, the final result, okay, I have to take, or I have to consider, the final result should retain as many significant figures as there are in the original number, the data in the original number with least or smallest number of meaningful digits or significant digits. This we are taking it as or considering it as the rule for multiplication and division. Hope you should have understood all these concepts.